Hi guys, welcome back to another P3D version 5 video. We are today flying the Embraer E170 by FeelThere, and we are doing a relatively short flight. Last time, I think when we flew with Atlantic Sun Airways, we flew into London City Airport, and that's where we're at now. But we're not flying back, but we're instead continuing all the way to Dublin, Ireland. And I think I've actually at least managed to somewhat fix that airport so that it works again. I don't have the P3 version 4 or the version 5 one that MK Studios did. I only have the Aerosoft one, the old one, but I've been able to tweak it a bit. I don't think I have all the new runways, etc., but we'll make do. But yeah, look at this. Here we have downtown London. Looks pretty good. One note also with this EGLC, this is still the old one by Orbex. There is a new version that's available that's more modern. It has the expanded taxiway that goes all the way down here. But I haven't really felt like upgrading just because this one just looks nicer for some reason. Not sure if it's a different developer or not, but maybe I can show you what I mean before we get started with everything. I'm actually gonna start the as a car system. Let me check if I can. Start flight, and it's on the boarding phase, perfect. But yeah, let's wait for Orbex to load. And while we do that, I can though quickly just show you the aircraft. It's the same livery that I did last time. Minor upgrades. I added the blue engines. I fixed the window thing. But I guess the main one is the blue engines. I'm also thinking of adding something for the winglets, maybe a color. Haven't painted the fuselage yet. Might at some point do it similarly to the normal Atlantic Sky one. But I find it a bit hard to do kind of the ones that bend a bit. So I need to have a look at that. It's not the easiest paint kit either. I think I got the engines pretty okay. I just used the multiplier and then had it kind of put on. Yeah, I think it looks fine. First I got a bit scared that there was some blue color here, but I think that's supposed to be. But yeah, so actually that looks pretty good. There is some things that could be better though. I think for example this could be all the way here. So there's some places that could be worked on. But I think generally speaking it's starting to come alive. Let me get now Orbex, 'cause I think it has loaded. We'll go to the Discover one. And I'll show you the London City Airport version 2. Which in some ways look nicer. I think you can see the taxi extended one, so that looks pretty cool. And yeah, you still have some of the buildings here. But I think here you're starting to see, I mean, it looks kind of empty. I'm not sure if maybe that's just the way it does look now. Here there's some action, I guess some training facility. But then here, I mean, maybe this is how it looks now. I guess with the extension, right? It's a bit empty. But it just, there's nothing happening here. Basically, it's just an empty-looking airport. It looks to be some more things alive. There's one guy, but no static aircraft, etc. The buildings don't look to have been affected though in the distance, so I guess that's still Orbex True Earth. We still have some of the ones, so maybe it's not that bad. But yeah, this one just with the static ones, it feels a bit more alive. I mean, you have the guy there cleaning. You have some of these iconic aircrafts. Let me check actually, does this one have static? Nothing in terms of static. It's not the end of the world, but one thing I also react on is the install size, 1.4 gigabyte. And then if we compare it to this one, the OG, it's 2.6. So there's more features on this one. And that gets me a bit wondering, like, how come this one is, and I mean, look at it, it does look, hard to say, right? But yeah, one of the reasons why I haven't really purchased, I haven't felt the need, and sometimes it's a bit cool to find these old school layouts. One of the benefits, I guess, with P3D, where you don't get the newest anymore, or anything at all for that matter. Most developers have left us. But okay, enough talking. I'm gonna jump into the aircraft and we'll get things set up. First things first is just getting the batteries on. I was looking a bit at the X-Craft's Embraers, thinking if I should get those, but I didn't feel, since they're gonna release the 3.0, it felt a bit unnecessary to pay for the 2.5. The Lineage, the business version, business jet version, seemed a bit interesting, but not really something I wanted to, because I don't fly business jets enough, or close to enough, for that matter. So it felt like a bit of an unnecessary one. Let me see. There we go. Now chase plane works again. What we want to do is get the GPU connected. It does look like it has connected now. I still think this one holds up quite well. It's not the best looking one, but I mean, doesn't have to be. It flies pretty well, etc. So yeah, one of the reasons why I haven't felt the need to get the X-Craft one, at least as of yet. We'll start the boarding. I'm just gonna check here. I think we had something like 63 pack. Not sure why it's showing. I'm gonna press verify route. And let's see, did we have anything for Atlantic Sun? Did I set that up last time I flew with this bird? Yeah, I did. Okay, we'll do next. I will start the. I will also prepare the board or start the boarding through GSX. Okay, we can do board passengers. And we'll add the boarding music, and then I'll request boarding as well. I also have Dublin's charts from the Aerosoft package. I think these are the Lido charts, if I'm not mistaken. Quite old though, I presume 2012. So maybe not too up to date, unfortunately. And but yeah, that should be. Let me put in the PAX number for GSX. Pushback tug, no. I can do this, no crew. We can keep some nice viewpoint. And then what we'll do is jump inside again and get everything set up. We'll use the checklist as we would normally do, but I'm gonna wait with that actually until we've set everything up. We need the pilot to ADC as well, so I'm gonna import the flight plan there. And here you can see it in more detail. So we're gonna fly north, then west, then a bit northwest, and then land here on this is correct. Yes, okay, this one exists. Yeah, exactly. So these two runways I do have. I do not have this one that's being. I'm not sure. Is it being built anymore, or is it built? Because I thought it was finished. Let me check actually Google Maps here separately. Now it seems to be being built, or seems to be being built. Huh. Interesting.
Passenger's bus is coming.
Interesting. I really thought they had opened a new one, but maybe they had to tear it down. Because look at this actually. Is this the new one, or no? This is some parking, some ad hoc. Okay, that's very interesting. Yeah, okay. Let's leave it at that. 32,000 feet altitude is correct. We'll validate and file. We'll connect to the sim, and then we'll talk with ATC and get all the info we need to take off. In terms of weather, let's have a look at the weather radar. Windy in this case. The weather radar doesn't work in P3D version 5, so we'll make do with windy.
Skies clear.
Skies
Temperature
clear.
7, dew point 5.
Altimeter.
Current QNH is 1007.
1007.
Arriving and departing runway 09er.
London City Airport
that's
information.
good. And let me see this one. We were not able to change. Okay, not a biggie. We'll just put this until we get it to the same one. Yeah, that should be about it. And I guess we can switch this one to the... Yeah, now those are aligned, so that's good. Okay, what we want to do is get the IFR clearance. So let's see what we get.
Atlantic 4003 ready to copy IFR clearance.
We can also go in here and make sure we get...
Atlantic 4003 is cleared to Echo India Delta Whiskey. Fly the SAX 1 hotel departure with the Saxby transition then as filed.
Departure.
Expect departure runway 09er.
Yeah, that's correct.
Climb to flight level 090 via the departure. Expect higher clearances 2 minutes after departure.
Okay, position
Thames
in
radar
it.
director on 128.02.
I will put the
Squawk
info for
4230.
Dublin. And then
Atlantic 4003 is cleared to Echo India Delta Whiskey. Fly the SAX 1 hotel departure with the Saxby transition then as filed.
No, wait, sorry,
Climb
performance.
to flight level 090 via the departure.
090.
Expect higher
We can put that
clearances
in.
2 minutes after departure. Thames radar director on 128.02. Squawk 4230.
090. How did you split
Atlantic
this
4003 read back correct. QNH
Control.
is 1007. Let us know when you're ready for pushback.
Okay,
QNH
set.
is 1007.
I'll put that
Atlantic
to rejected takeoff, so we have it
4003.
prepped. Takeoff. Here we go. Runway 09er, right? Or sorry, departure. That's the one we want to go to. 09er. We're doing the SAX 1B. I'm gonna double check that we have it right. SAX 1B with the Saxby transition. Sure. Then after Saxby we can start putting in the rest of the inputs, the rest of the information. And it's very much the same ordeal as we always have to do. It's gonna be a lot of airways to put in. At the DIDSA. Okay, that's an interesting one. DIDSA. And that's the one that goes kind of down, yeah. It's a bit weird, the route. You would think it would just go like that, but instead we're flying, but okay, not gonna complain. Not gonna complain. DIDSA N14 and then dot, need to remember that, dot Oxav. And since I don't now have a Navigraph, it is good to remember it's not real routes we're flying. Okay, and then it's a direct to Bicep, no, sorry, Bib, and then from Bippe it's a direct to Medog, and then from Meadow it's a direct to Lannon, and Lannon is there, and then from Lannon it's L18 and then dot Ablin. So yeah, quite a bit of different airways and waypoints. And then for Ablin it's straight into 10 right, which seems reasonable enough. Performance, landing, arrival, runway 10 right. We'll do the ILS one. We are not gonna be flying any, so we can insert that. Interesting though, with no star. We might be assigned one though, so let's keep that in mind. We can activate that, and then we'll do the performance in it. Let me just check. Fuel reserve. Takeoff landing fuel. Well, let's actually put it in here. 1300 contingency fuel. Fuel reserve. I always forget if that's what you're supposed to put in the full amount, but maybe it's only kind of the reserve amount. Let's do like this just to see what happens. Yeah, no change, okay. At least not here with the fuel, so that's good. Is a dew point -6. Speed, or sorry, not speed, but the cruise altitude 32,000. Cruise winds at 20232. And one thing we need to open, which I always forget when I'm flying this bird, is the instructions. And that's the Embraer field there. Let's see if I can. Here we go, the manual. And then we need to go back to the bottom. Takeoff speeds for the 175, which is going to be the same for the 170. And we have the different modes we also need to consider. And the flap settings. We'll do flaps 1, I think will be fine. Zero fuel weight, it's gonna be around, let me see, 62.7. So we're not that heavy. The only thing I'm worried about is actually getting off this airport. It's not a long runway, right? So something to keep in mind. Yeah, nothing here. Takeoff. Let's get this info. We can actually listen to the 80s for this.
007. Arriving and departing runway 09er.
London City Airport information Kilo, 850 local winds are 149er at 7 knots. Visibility 6 miles.
Okay.
Skies clear. Temperature 7.
7.
Dew point.
Yeah, we knew the dew point. 1007. Climb data, cruise data, descent data, landing data. Okay. I guess technically we could check this data. It's not gonna change a lot. 150 at 7. So very similar weather. Oh yeah, here we have the landing one. We actually wanna get the takeoff data. Here we go. Flaps 1, takeoff mode, 1, that's fine. We know our weight, it's about 69.5. So here we have 69.4. And we know the static air temperature. So let's get these data points in here. 131, 140, 143, and then the VFS, right, which is at the end 186, which I guess is the flap retraction one. Okay, but there we go. That should be the more important parts. What we can check is the squawk 4230. And we can put that on. Anything else? Nothing I can think of. We can try the fire test. Okay, pretty good. The sounds are pretty good. I also have the TSS sound pack for the engine, which makes them sound quite a bit nicer. Okay, I think most of the things have gotten on board, so we can just start closing a lot of these doors. I think it's also time to start the APU. We can arm the emergency ones. I seem to have forgotten to do that earlier. And then what we'll do is let me just check quickly here. Is there anything else we need to do on the outside stuff? No, I think we have the ASA cars open. We need to do the checklists. So we'll do the cockpit safety inspection.
Cockpit safety inspection.
They're pretty good to do just to make sure you're not missing steps.
Status. Checked. Cockpit emergency equipment. Checked.
Check.
Panel. Checked.
We can do the vertical profile. I like to have that
Fuel
shown.
panel. Checked. Windshield wiper. Checked.
TCAS and waypoint, yeah.
Checked. Air conditioning pneumatics panel. Checked.
Let's go back to map.
Passenger oxygen panel.
What else?
Checked.
Not that much else actually. I think this one is
ELT.
pretty easy to do. Can put
Landing
that
gear
pump
lever.
on. Check
Checked.
this display.
Start stop selectors. Stop. Speed brake lever.
I think it's looking good.
Closed.
Let's
Ram
go outside.
air turbine manual deploy. Stowed.
Now the question is, do we have APU generator or
Verify
not?
Position.
I think so,
Circuit
right?
breakers. Checked.
Hard to say though.
Cockpit safety
They can check
inspection
by
checklist completed.
removing the parking brake. Okay, good. It will reappear though, unfortunately, but yeah, at least we know. We know it's
Power
working.
up checklist. Battery 1
Battery 1.
on. Battery 2
Battery 2.
auto. Battery voltage.
It's weird with the pedal stall lights. They don't
Checked.
really work during the day.
GPU button.
Center 5665, contact 121
Off.
805, bye-bye.
121 contact 565.
Fire extinguisher panel. Checked.
Such a slow walkthrough of the checklist. Okay. We don't need pushback though, so that's good.
167 Bravo
Selector.
November, that's Whiskey 5, cross runway 18
Oh.
center, and taxi Charlie 7.
Let's wait
On.
actually.
Whiskey 5 cross 18 center, with taxi
Nav
Charlie
lights.
7.
Nav lights on.
67 Bravo November.
On.
Logo lights.
Logo lights.
Off, off, off.
On.
Oh, we don't want to have them on.
Hydraulic panel.
Seatbelt signs can go on.
Checked.
Can we put nav already?
Electronic
Papa,
CB.
contact 121
Do we need to change?
Checked.
121 705.
Now it should do the LNAV one,
DR
right?
Panel.
And
Checked.
let's see.
Photoluminescent strips.
Speedbird 422,
Checked.
121 decimal 805.
Power up checklist completed.
I think that should be fine. Power on checklist completed. Good. Pre-flight and then before start.
Pre-flight checklist. Pressurization panel.
Let's actually ask while we wait.
Front.
Ground.
Checked.
Atlantic 4003 ready for pushback
Flight
and engine
instruments.
start.
Atlantic 4003, this is City Ground, go ahead.
121 705 and 67 Bravo November. Bye.
Yeah, which one is the flight instruments one? Let me check. Altimeter set to local. (106). Okay, so that's the
Baltic 43 November,
the problem.
121 705.
But I've set the altimeter. Don't know why it gets stuck on that. Let's try again.
Pre-flight checklist. Pressurization panel.
Check, check, check.
Set.
Now we have FMS selected here, that's good.
Oxygen masks. Checked.
Flight directors are on, good.
136
Flight
hello, sir,
instruments.
Whiskey 5, cross runway 18 center, taxi to gate, Delta 3.
Whiskey 5 cross 18 center to Delta 3, Delta 1.
Let me see, I can just check this myself. Overhead, everything is done. Red beacon, yeah, well, let's put on the red beacon. Did we get the pushback clearance?
LE2 551, after crossing the runway, the first flight onto Delta, contact 121 705.
After crossing
I don't think we got the clearance. Let's try again.
Ground. Atlantic 4003 ready for pushback.
Let's put on the beacon.
Atlantic 4003, pushback approved.
Let's remove the air stairs. We don't need anything
Pushback approved.
else.
Atlantic 4003.
What's this one? Show airport diagram. Oh, look at this. Looks pretty damn good. Okay, not gonna... That's interesting. Maybe a new feature that I haven't seen before. Okay, did we get now pushback approved? Yeah, we got it. Okay, good. We'll start and get going. I'm just gonna do the before start one as well,
Before start checklist.
just to make sure we have
Trim panel.
most things set up.
Set.
Set.
MCDU. Checked.
How was the takeoff? How did you do it with this one? I think
Set.
you kind of put it automatically, right? Something like
Fuel
that.
quantity.
You do have the auto
Checked.
throttles though. Let's actually
Taxi
move that to
takeoff
FMC
briefing completed. Passenger signs. On.
with LNAV.
Doors and windows.
Door and windows.
Closed.
Closed.
Flight deck door. Locked.
And actually I'm wondering if I'm actually thinking about
Red
it.
beacon.
Maybe we need to do a different
On.
'cause we're taking off from a short runway. Mightn't be
Hydraulic
enough
pump
with flaps 1.
3A.
Can we do a flaps
On.
2 takeoff? Is that possible?
Overhead.
Flaps
panel.
1.
Normal.
And if we're doing
Before start checklist completed.
because we're doing a takeoff with 01, right? Okay, maybe it's you do takeoff with flaps 1. One can hope it will go okay, but let's see. Okay, I think that was it though. Good. We can start. I'm gonna remove the parking brake and we'll put this thing into action. Okay, starting the right engine. Or maybe we can put the parking brake. I think when we're starting the engines they don't usually come back the ground power, or I hope at least. Okay, let's see. The sound effects are pretty good. I think it's the TSSS sound pack, so it sounds pretty good. You can open the windows, but I don't think that does anything sound-wise though, something to keep in mind. Okay, we had a good start on the right one. They are pretty quick to start. Not sure how realistic / unrealistic that is, but oh well. Can we actually check our flight controls maybe? That would be good to see. Just to see that they're operating normally. Yeah, elevators and ailerons. What about rudder? Yeah, looking good. Okay. Okay, I think it's looking good enough at least. Now the question is, can we get a taxi request?
Ground. Atlantic 4003 ready to taxi.
It's gonna be very short. We're gonna taxi here and take off.
Atlantic 4003 taxi to runway 09
good, we can
via
zoom
Bravo.
here.
Hold short runway 09.
That always helps a tiny bit at least.
Taxi to runway 09 via Bravo.
I'll put on the
Hold
weather
short
radar
runway
though it doesn't
09
do a
Atlantic
difference.
4003.
Prev, I guess we can have that. HSI, no need. I'm not seeing anything show up here. Have I pressed something wrong? Let me see. SRC. No, because we want to keep this on nav and then VNav.
136, contact 11805.
121-805,
The VL one maybe. No. No, we want to do FMC1. Okay, let me just check that we got the correct. Yeah, so that's good. We'll release the parking brakes. And interestingly enough, that does get us moving. So that's good. The nose wheel steering is working. I mean, the only thing I didn't check kind of is the procedures you would do to take off with an Embraer 170 from this runway. My greatest fear is that we are gonna be too slow. And let's put on the flaps. Or that we don't take off quickly enough. We'll put a bit of pitch trim up so we climb sufficiently. We'll need to use all of the runway that we can. I think I've done this before and then I ended up failing totally to get off.
Tower on
I think that was with the
129.45.
just flight
Atlantic
146.
4003.
Okay, anything else? Nothing I can think of as of now. Oh, we got the tower, so that's good. I'll ask for takeoff. But we'll take the
Tower, Atlantic
next one to the right.
4003 ready for departure.
But yeah, here you can also see
Atlantic
the new area
4003 winds are 149er at 8 knots.
here and all the expansion.
Runway 09er cleared for takeoff, squawk 4230.
But otherwise pretty similar.
Runway 09er cleared for takeoff. Squawking 4230 Atlantic 4003.
Let me see actually, where's my chase plane? I'm gonna keep it open. Did we get confirmation to cleared squawking 4230? Yes. 149 at 8. Okay, good. We have all the inputs. Let's do... Actually, one thing we didn't do was the taxi lights, of course. And that shut down the APU. You see, good. This is a good reason why to do the checklists.
Start checklist.
And then we'll do the before takeoff checklist.
One.
Well, yeah, the flaps I'm a bit worried about.
Checked.
But okay, let's see.
ECAS. Checked.
Checked.
Dispatch clearance.
Received.
Checked.
Okay, checked.
After engine start.
What about
checklist
yaw dampener?
completed.
Do you need to... Yeah, we want to keep that on. APU shutting. Okay, let's do the before takeoff.
Checklist.
Let's turn here.
Takeoff configuration.
And we want to put on the taxi ones and the strobe. Oh yeah, and the takeoff button. Takeoff okay.
Checked.
If it said it's okay, then it is okay, right?
Brake temperatures.
Probably fine.
Checked.
Where do you see them actually?
Checked. Strobe lights.
Maybe on one of the sub menus.
On. Landing lights.
Looks fine.
On. Transponder.
Landing lights on,
TA
transponder on. All is looking
Before
good.
Takeoff checklist completed.
Yeah, it's completed. And look how beautiful it looks when the sun shines it up. I'm not gonna complain. Okay, so to Dublin we're going. We are ready. The question is in terms of getting the takeoff. What we'll do is not gently but quite forcefully push up the thrust to the right setting. Okay, let's see. We'll go a bit above to make sure that we're able to take off. It feels like it's gonna be a bit tight though. Okay, 100 knots checked, 80 knots also checked, blah blah blah. V1, rotate. Oh, we did take off. And I guess that's the flight director we we have to follow. Great stuff. Okay, gear. Oh, we forgot to do the safety briefing thing. Let's go to flaps 0. We're still trying to turn here, but it's gonna be very tight. I think we managed to though climb pretty nicely, so not gonna complain too much. We got off though, so that's always good news.
Atlantic 4003 contact Thames radar director on 128.02.
Can we fix the...
Radar director on 128.02, Atlantic 4003.
Yeah, we're banking too hard according to the Luke Air Tool, and I agree. Bit of a steep bank.
Radar director Atlantic
Can't be nice.
4003. Climbing to flight level 090.
Am I flying with the right...
Atlantic
Yeah, there we go.
4003, this is Thames radar
I
director,
forgot the
go
auto
ahead.
throttle. My mistake. Okay, let's see now. Okay, are we... VNav disconnected? Yes, yes, yes. Okay, at least it caught the waypoint. So it's not perfect. I mean, this is one of the reasons. Maybe it's time for me to contemplate getting the X-Craft one. It's a good aircraft, but it's, you know, it has its weirdness.
Control on 118.47, Atlantic 4003.
Let's check now. We're still climbing.
Atlantic 4003,
and we got a higher
climb
clearance.
and maintain flight level 160.
160.
Climb
And
and
we're probably
maintain
gonna
flight.
get clearances up to 32, so I'm
Control
gonna put that.
Atlantic 4003, climbing to flight level 160.
Okay, continuing to climb. We have a bit of stuttering, but we're back.
Atlantic 4003, this is London Control, go ahead.
So that's good. Okay, so far so good. Maybe we should get a nice thumbnail here whilst we're flying over London. Okay, good. But yeah, we're above 10,000 feet as well, so that's good. We can close those lights. And I think it's gonna be pretty smooth sailing from here. We can... Does it want us to turn already? I really don't like the flight director. I wish there is some way to change that. I just haven't checked it up, but you can have the X as well. Pretty sure it's much easier to follow. I get confused with this one with that little green thing. Okay, we can push down so we get some speed. We wanna get to 270. Oh yeah, we need to trim, of course, this is not fly-by-wire. Let's check if we get the turn. There we go.
Good morning, FedEx 6225, flight level 310 Megar.
I'm gonna assume we should have turned with that, because look at it now. Now it really wants us to turn like crazy. Okay. So maybe that little green thing is supposed to be the one you turn on. Yeah, we're gonna do a bank angle warning here. Not correct procedural wise, but okay, we'll take that. I need to check actually their manual, because that one might explain a bit more on the flight director how to... So the F1 is the E1, what's that showing? Yeah, not really sure I get it. Actually, let me just put on the autopilot for now. And let's have that one. Well, look at that.
Atlantic
Now it came down.
4003 climb and maintain flight level 220. Climb and maintain flight level 220.
But what was I following then?
Atlantic
That's odd.
4003.
Yeah, because I didn't have any. Was I without a flight director? That must be the case. Okay, so I was flying without the flight, but does that mean if I now remove? Yeah, that's fine. Okay, but now it's working. Okay, so there's something with the flight director that's messing things up. Something I'm not fully aligned with.
Atlantic 4003 climb and maintain flight level 280.
Not really sure I'm getting the flight
Climb
director
and
thing
maintain
though.
flight level 280. Atlantic 4003.
The arrow indication indicates from where the navigation source is being directed. Pointing left means directing from pilot instrument, right from the co-pilots. Is that how it should be understood? Interesting. Okay, so that doesn't have anything to do with anything. Okay, okay, good. How didn't I ever understand this before? I always thought that was like the right where the autopilot control functions was the left ones where other functions like the localizer, etc. But okay, fine. I learned something new. Da, 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 da. Let me see. Is there anything else I am missing? Nothing I can find. One thing we should have done is push this to standard, but we can probably put it ourselves. Probably easier and quicker. Gear is up. Okay, all other things considering, it's looking pretty good. We have some nice weather. Let's actually look at windy. I didn't really go. I did actually, to be honest, check our flight plan as well. I just kind of wanted to get off. That's why I forgot so many. Okay, so weather looks fine. We have a bit of icing warning around Dublin, but it's a moderate one. Winds are looking fine. We're gonna be flying at 32,000, so at 34,000 it's coming south and upwards. That should mean we have a bit of warmer weather though, I would assume, in Europe. Yeah, it does look like it's maybe a bit warmer around England if we compare to some of the Central European ones where it's quite cold.
Atlantic 4003, expect the ILS approach to runway
No
28
warning
right at
for
Dublin International
rain
Airport.
or thunder, some to the
Expect
west,
the ILS
Shannon,
approach
that
to
kind of
runway
area,
28
port.
right. 4003,
Otherwise fine.
India Papa Golf Oscar at or below flight level 240.
Okay.
Will descend via the
India Papa
LIPG
Golf
3
Oscar
Romeo arrival with the
below
Libra
flight
transition
level
to 3,000 feet.
then descend
QNH
via the
is
LIPG 3 Romeo
0995
arrival
at
with
Dublin
the Lithgow
International
transition
Airport.
to 3,000 feet.
Okay,
QNH
ILS
is 09905.
28 right.
Atlantic
I don't think
4003.
we can do that one, right? But we can do the 28 left. So I'm gonna assume 28 right means this one. Let me check if my or what my approach plate says. 28 right, 28 left, still nothing. We did get a SID though, didn't we? Descent across Papa. What did they say? Oh, descent via the, yeah, okay, Lipko. But okay, if we wanna do another one, 28 left.
Control, Atlantic 4003, request ILS approach to runway 28 left.
28 left, let's see if we can get the ILS to that one instead.
Atlantic 4003, this is London Control.
I hate when they
go ahead.
when they're not able to listen. Let me see. Okay, so we know where we want a 28 left and want the ILS for that one. There's only 28 right on the old one, that's gonna be the left one. So my approach plate is a bit old.
Control, Atlantic 4003, request ILS approach to runway 28 left at Echo India Delta Whiskey.
VNAV disconnect.
Atlantic 4003,
okay, let's see.
This is London Control on
Yeah.
18.47.
Okay, we'll give up. We'll give up on that. We'll do it this way instead. Okay, we know the airport. We know we're not getting the runway we thought. We're getting 28 left. It's gonna be the ILS one. The transition that they wanted to give us was the Lipko one. And let me check actually again quickly. So if I would actually do the correct one, just for the fun. So let's say we would do the 28 right one, the ILS. We still wouldn't have the right transition. Oh, because this is probably the transition from the waypoint, right? Could that be it? Because what did they try to give us? Lipko with the Lip 3. Okay, let's try actually this way. This is gonna be a bit more difficult than I would have wanted. What arrival did they give us? They gave us Lipko. .240, then descend via the Lip 3 Romeo arrival. I'm just gonna check quickly. So if we're doing an arrival, and we're not doing 10, we're doing runway 28 left. Wait, which one are they giving us? Are they giving us an arrival that actually exists? Lip 3. They're giving us the arrival to a different runway. The Lip 3 one doesn't... I'll show you guys. I'm sorry for keeping the views a bit weird. But I'm very confused. You know, they're giving us Lip GR3. Totally fine, of course, but this one doesn't go for... And I hate when they do this, because now I don't know what I'm supposed to do. And we can do 10 right, that's fine. With the Lip 3, no transition. Okay, load star. This should give us this path. Ablin is the last waypoint we have, so I do hope that this is what they are thinking that we're going to be flying, but okay. And we will be landing at 10 right because, and I'm going to actually activate that approach because I just want to make sure it's that one. Okay. The weird part is when they're trying to give you the wrong one. Sometimes they give you this, but then they're like, oh, but you know, vector here. It's like, what? So let's, yeah, let's see. I'm gonna move this away. This is the problem with Pilot TDC, unfortunately. It's a bit off. Are we flying with the VNAV or am I... Now we're flying VNAV, right? It's a bit fickle, the VNAV, I must say. So that's a bit weird. Okay, let's do it now. 10 left. We're doing the ILS. Must have been 9, right? Back in the day. ILS 10. Now it was 10. The transition one. Which one are we getting here? It's Oslex, right? No, it's Lipko. So what the hell is this one? If pop off. Okay, let's do Oslex. Do we have Lipko 2R, not 3R. This is why you shouldn't have these different. But okay, let's insert that for now. Yeah, look at this VNAV. It's really not doing this well. So there we go. Lipko, Arlen. And I'm just interested in knowing which one is Oplex. You can probably see it here on the planning mode. The way you do this, you put on the plan mode
Atlantic
and then you
4003
fickle
contact
through
Manchester
this
Centre
one.
on 118.77.
You can see it looks a bit different with the
Center on
with the Oslex.
Atlantic 4003.
We might want to do another one. Okay, let's remove that one. No info on top of the scent. Oh, we still have ways to go. It's about 200 nautical miles, give or take. One thing we could have done for our packs is remove the seatbelt sign so they can roam at least for a while. And then we'll go back to landing, back to arrival, and we are gonna try to figure this one out. The transition we want, could it be the IFPAP one? It doesn't hurt to check, right? I mean, worst thing that happens is we pick the wrong thing, right? Okay, back to plan. Oh, we are on plan already, sorry. Now let's double check. Okay, so IFPAP definitely wasn't the one we wanted. So then we have one more, which is I guess the middle one. So we'll cancel that. Performance, landing, arrival. And we'll do the Bataf one. And this will be the last one, otherwise we'll just take the one we got. Let's insert this, have a look. How does it look here? Okay, so Oslex must be the best. I mean, technically we shouldn't have one, right? We didn't get a transition for, let me see what we got. Demand to cross via the transition. Lima, India, Papa Golf, Oscar. But is that part of our route? No, I mean it is part because of the because of the star, but otherwise it wouldn't be part of our route. Okay, so let's cancel that. What we'll do is we'll do arrival, last try, Oslex. I will go with what we get here. We'll insert this and we'll put that there for direct. We have Oslex, and now we shouldn't have anything weird in terms of the plan, but let's have a look. Yeah, we need to zoom in a bit. Yeah, this will be fine. Not perfect, but it's not gonna get better. Now we have the missed approach. We can activate this one. Do we see a... Let's go back actually to map. And let's get this to where we're at. Yeah, I assume this is where we're at. Seems to be working now. Top of descent is coming up. The VNav is not very good at doing its job, unfortunately. I'm actually very surprised. Is it because I'm choosing the wrong mode? Sorry, that's FBA. Basel, maybe. Or is it actually flying as we want it to fly? I mean, look at the commanded speed. So it could have been that that was just the issue, you know, setting that up wrong. Climb, cruise. So let's say we want to do 7-8 instead, maybe? Manual cruise. V alt. Yeah, now we're talking. Speed things up a bit. Okay, it's about 34 minutes to go. We're still flying over through Earth, UK. Missing some very beautiful views here, since I've been fighting with the FMC and trying to figure out what the hell they want us to do. And interesting, actually, they set a pretty low QNH at Dublin, so that tells me one thing that I've always been a bit worried about, and that's that Active Sky gives you the wrong info, because they can't give you the right one, because the sim kind of only can have one weather at a time with the volumetric ones. So that's something to really pay attention to, I would say, and keep it in mind. We'll do something simple then. We'll go to landing, double check 995. Let's see if we can put this here. Potentially not, but hopefully we can. And no, I'm not really sure. Can you change this one? No, you can't. Okay, that's a bummer. So let's just wait and see. Our descent clearance was to 3,000 feet, so let's actually put this in and check what happens. 3,000 feet. 3,000 feet. Good. Interesting how we're not getting the vertical profile at all. Why is that? We're almost at mid-dog. But this is showing something completely... Actually, let me try one thing. No, still not really working, unfortunately. Yeah, I think down there is Cardiff, right? So we've flown quite a bit of our flight journey, so that's nice. Now I'm just very interested in seeing how the VNav is gonna function once we get to the top of the descent. Okay, let's see. Getting closer to our top of the descent. Slowly and steadily. Even though this looks pretty good from the outside, there's just something with this with the fuselage that just looks a bit off somehow. It just doesn't look like an aircraft. Maybe that's how the real one looks up close as well, but it's a bit weird. It's very kind of, I don't know, maybe not segmented is the word, but it just, there's something weird with it. Maybe it's the coloring. I think one thing is actually the windows. They don't really look like windows. They kind of just looks like whole, like these weird looking whole things. So maybe that's how they are actually looking. But I mean, I'm actually gonna check how it looks in real life and see. Embraer E170. Because maybe it's actually just how it looks. That was a bad picture. I wanted to get an up close shot, but nothing that's too close. Got so much commercials, or not commercials, but websites with bad pictures. Here we have a nice one. Polish Airlines. Well, maybe it does look kind of the same. But yeah, you can see but that could just be the angle as well. Or maybe it's not that bad actually. Some of the things do look very much the same. Let me go back to this one. I guess this perspective, right? Looks a bit different down here. And yeah, some differences. The door looks quite, I mean, it could be a different model, slight tweaks, etc. But okay. Because I think otherwise it's pretty good looking, but yeah, maybe I'm being harsh on it. I actually kind of like how the FeelThere one looks. Some of the liveries are really good. It could just be me kind of using this botched paint kit, you know, maybe not fully utilizing it, because I think the jet blue liveries are pretty good looking for this one, as an example of a good looking livery. So far so good. VPAT engaged, things are looking fine. We haven't gotten any complaints yet. We're not still at the star, so there's still time for things to go wrong, but let's see. So far so good. Let's have a look at the cloud tracker. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be a lot of clouds for most of the rest of the journey, so a bit of an overcast. In terms of the ILS for 10 left, we will have a localizer of 1089, I think. Let me double check. We'll go to radio. I will put it here. I will do the same on this one. And let me see what course we need to pick as well. 99. Can we see this here, or is it? Yeah, we can. Good. So that helps quite a bit. 99. There we go. I will do the same here. And you can't see it. Sorry, we'll keep this on Barrow, and then we want to do the course. We can't see it, but if we add, let me check which one we have. The preview, yeah, that's the one. Preview mode is what we want to use. There we go. So that helps a lot. One thing I did forget was the time. This thing. Where does it add? Or is it actually here you want to press to get the... Yeah, that's the one. Okay, so we didn't do that. Not good, but could have been worse, I guess. A bit of mistakes today, I'll admit that. Been very busy weeks or days. A lot of things. Had an exam for an authorization, etc. So my brain is a bit mushed, to be honest. Okay. Oh, now we're getting some nice volumetric clouds. It can look really good, but it really depends on what's being generated, unfortunately. I'm gonna assume that the clouds look really good if you're using some of the presets that's brought by Lockheed Martin, but that's just a hunch that I have. Yeah, look at that, some weird artifacting. It's a bit hit and miss, unfortunately. Let's see how long until I return to the stable old 2D clouds. Probably at some point. We're at 18,000 now. We still have about 19 minutes to go. It's still gonna be a quite long recording, this one. We're about a bit over 1 hour now. And we still have about, I would say, 30 hours until end of recording if we are lucky. So yeah, maybe not as quick as I was originally hoping. It's a bit funny, if you put these on a brighter setting, it almost looks like they are those kind of old, what is it, LCD displays. Can you really put them this bright? Maybe. That looks a bit weird. There we go. Yeah, let's get some normal settings. Yeah, much clearer. Okay, 15th. Oh yeah, actually Barrow. What are we looking at? We are looking at a Barrow of a category 1 450. Okay, there we go. We know what we're supposed to have. We're not looking at that Barrow, but we're looking at this one for 50. Good. The missed approach is to do... how do you read the missed approach? Straight. Okay. Just straight on a course of 99. Interesting. Interesting. It's always weird when you see charts you aren't used to. Trying to make sense of them. Okay, soon at 10,000 feet. Put on the landing lights again. Let's check if the wipers are working as well. Should be these ones, right? Yeah, seem to be working. And we're getting into the clouds. Slowly descending. One thing I must say, like, it's always a bit weird with these, what would you call them, regional jets in a way. I mean, they are quite fun. I do like, for example, the Embraer a lot more than the CRJ. But both of them are a bit weird in the sense that we don't really have any high fidelity ones out there. Not even the X-Crafts one, I would say, is kind of high fidelity. It's like the default FMC to a large extent, etc. So It's just interesting how no sim has really spawned one of those high fidelity simulations as of yet. Maybe the CRJ in the Microsoft 24 is getting closer, but still not quite there. Okay, it's holding the speed very nicely, so I'm not gonna complain. Nice, the VNAV has been working very nicely now. Let's put on the landing lights and the seatbelt signs. Now it's gonna be interesting to see what the ATC says, because we are now following the assigned star. And well, we have about 50-60 nautical miles
Atlantic for
left to fly.
003, contact Shannon Center on 132.15.
88 actually, according to pilot ADC.
Center on 132.15.
Let's
Atlantic
see if we get vectors or something to that extent. In terms of landing, let's actually get the data for that. We can do it here. Yeah, we'll do the same thing we did last time. Check the manual. And I don't think you want to land with full, right? You want to land with something different. Maybe we can do 5. Let me check what they have for the landing speeds. Yeah, we have flaps 5 as an option. Flaps full as well. We'll use flaps 5. Here we go. No icing conditions. Our estimated landing weight, let's use that one. Should give us a good indication. It's gonna be 663. So we have here 1, and that's 126 for the VREF. 126 for the VREF. So, and the VAP is gonna be 131. The VAC for flap 4 is gonna be 132. Or if you do flap 2, 150 maybe. And then the VFS is gonna be 161. Okay. That will do, I would say. Nothing else we need to change here. 2993. Is that, or maybe this one changes based on what I put here, or maybe not. Let's double check again if we're getting to destinations. Whether 994 2935 994 2935. Okay, so quite lower than normal. 994 994. Okay, looking okay-ish, flying in the clouds. Let's actually check again if we're seeing something that should raise alarms bells. Nothing as of now. We're still descending, albeit slowly. We're not far from the airport, but we are far from but a bit away from the approach. We don't have any photo reel for Ireland. We actually have the Orbex scenery for it, which is pretty good. But we have pre-ops of Dublin actually, so we do have some photo reel around Dublin.
Atlantic for 003, turn left to heading 280 vectors to the ILS approach for runway 10 right at Dublin International Airport, descend and maintain 4,000 feet. QNH is 0995. At Dublin International Airport, contact Dublin approach on 119.55.
Turn left to heading 280 vectors to the ILS approach for runway 10 right, descend and maintain 4,000 feet. QNH is 0995. Approach on 119.55. Atlantic 4003.
Okay, let's see what we got.
Atlantic 4003, turn to heading 280.
Approach Atlantic 4003. Level at flight level 095.
Turn left heading 280
Atlantic
vectors to ILS approach.
4003, this is Dublin approach, go ahead.
I don't wanna do that. I wanna do 10. Oh wait, runway 10 right. Turn right to heading 28. Well, we're kind of flying 280, so I'm not sure what they're yapping. I mean, we're not flying perfectly, we're flying 290, but... Turn to heading 280. Okay, so let's say we are gonna do heading mode. What does that mean in practice? Heading 280. And let's see. Turn left heading 280, descend and maintain 4,000. Okay, so we'll continue our descent to 4,000, maybe using the vertical. We can descend 1,200. In terms of speed, I think we can take control of it ourselves. And then let's give it a 235. And there we can see the auto throttle moving. Let me just see, do I have anything? Yeah, we can close that. ASA cars working. Maybe we can actually use this one. Not sure if that did anything though. Hey, look at that. If there's snow here, that's interesting actually. I totally forgot. Here you can see the difference in photoreal and yeah, I do think I prefer the photoreal one. Well, yeah, maybe it makes sense that there's snow. It's not that cold, right? But I guess if it's winter texture, it's gonna be snow no matter what. Let's keep this as is for now. Let's descend a bit faster. We're at 8,000 feet. I think the transition one is at 5,000, so we did change it a bit early. But that's okay. Now the main question I have is, are we gonna be receiving those vectors at some point, or do we need to just get ourselves to the landing? At least we got 10 right, so that's good news. But this is the weird part, right? We've been giving different runways at different time in the flight, and it's always a different runway and always a different... I mean, in this case it actually worked with getting the star, but we didn't have an assigned one before. So not the end of the world, but a bit annoying. Okay, we're trying to maintain. There's some tiny bits of turbulence here hitting us. Looks like it. Can we see though the wind factor? X-track, yeah, that's fine. Do we need to be worried about anything in terms of hills? I mean, Ireland is pretty flat, but it's not perfectly flat. I mean, there's one bigger mountain top at 3,000 feet, but that's quite south. And if we go west, it looks very flat, 1,000 feet. Okay, so at least the star charts are telling me we should be fine. Do we need to be worried about the localized? No, it looks to be fine. Let me try to descend a bit faster. We really want to get down to those 4,000 feet sooner rather than later. Still seeing some turbulence. We're coming down below the clouds, so that's nice. It looks actually pretty nice with the Orbex. I think they did a really good job with Ireland. I do kind of like it even more than Germany. It almost looks as good as photoreal. So I'll give them that. Well done. Okay, we're below the clouds now. We should be in the clear sooner rather than later. If we continue descending. VNAV disconnect, that's fine. We didn't want it to be on anyway, at least not now. And have we gotten any? I'll show you a bit what I mean. This was what we were supposed to fly. This is the start point. I mean, you can't even trust the approach one, but we are supposed to here, I assume, get some
Atlantic 400,
yeah, there we go.
right to heading 005.
005.
Turn right to heading 005 Atlantic 4003.
005. Not sure why it wanted to push the thrust. Okay, maybe just for the turn, I assume. Yeah, look at this beauty. Here it actually looks pretty good with the sun. The livery actually looks pretty nice. But yeah, I think it's mainly how the paint kit, right? Because I'm just using the default paint kit. So you'll have much nicer liveries. Oh, but now we have the nasty weather. That's not good. Have we gotten further descent clearances, or are we still supposed to be at 4,000? Looks that we are still supposed to be at 4,000, okay. I guess we'll stay at 4,000. We'll slow down though quite a bit. I think we can do 210. Okay, 210.
Atlantic for 003, you are 20 nautical miles west of the airport. Fly heading 070 to intercept final.
070.
Cleared for ILS approach to runway 10 right. Contact Dublin Tower on 118.6.
Okay, 070.
Fly heading 070. Cleared for ILS approach to runway 10 right. Tower on 118.6.
Yeah, we wanna
Atlantic
get
4003.
That's the thing. Yeah, okay, so not the SRS, it's pressing that thing, and now we can
Tower
select the
Atlantic
localizer.
4003. Inbound for ILS approach runway 10
At
right.
Suboff, we do want to fly
Atlantic
slower
4003, good morning. Continue ILS to runway 10 right, call when
by
established on
quite a
final.
bit as well, I would think.
Continue ILS runway 10
Okay,
right.
flaps
Will
1.
call when established on final Atlantic 4003.
Okay, that's good. We're seeing the localizer alive. I think we can force this to flaps 2. It's time to turn on the taxi lights. I mean, technically we could do one of these
Before landing,
the before landing checklists, right?
landing gear lever.
Wait, did I put 10 left? Yeah, we're gonna land at 10 right. Not sure why I put it at 10 left, that's me. going a bit retarded. Okay, landing gear level, lever, and let's get that down. Let's go to flap 3. Yeah, we... yeah, too many of these different runways. At least I put in the right data, so... Let's actually remove the auto throttle. Let's go to manual. Let's go to flaps 5.
Before landing, checklist complete.
Let's do medium auto brake, just to be on the safe side. And we have everything else set up, I think. Speed is maybe a bit of a worry. Can we change actually now the runway though? At least we could do that. Now which one is it? It's Gunnet, right? So what we could do... There we go. At least we have now the right info. Okay, we can see the refs here, etc. That's all looking good. We're still using the autopilot to keep us on track. And you can see here that really good land class can look really good. I'm not sure if they're using any sort of photoreal here. I don't think so. I just think they've done a really good job. I think England looks really good as well. I do prefer truer though. You can see that with the cities though, that's where it kind of breaks the immersion. And here you can see the difference with the photoreal. And there we can see the runway actually. So we can see that that one is in use, there's no runway there. So that's why we couldn't land. It would have been funny though, trying to land there. Imagine how that would have gone. Okay, we have a bit of a crosswind, I would say. Nothing crazy, but nothing too good either. And we need to disconnect the autopilot. I think we can keep the yaw dampener on though. Okay, and let's see how this will go. We don't need to slow down quite yet, but we are descending a bit fast for my liking. Pretty nice weather. I kind of like this overcast. It looks pretty good, pretty decent. Okay, we're a bit low, so we need to stabilize a bit. I'm gonna add a bit of thrust. Compensate. And we're now going a bit to the right of the runway. What is... Oh yeah, sorry, that looked like a runway. I was like, god damn. But that's the taxiway. I could see, you know, as a pilot coming in here, let's say the lights got went out or something and you weren't that knowledgeable of the airport. And if you saw this view, I could see you landing on the wrong runway. I mean, mistakes happen, right? Or, I guess not on the wrong runway, but on the taxiway. Luckily, it doesn't seem to happen that often, so that's why we have competent pilots. But yeah, wouldn't surprise me if it happens at some point. I mean, it's been closed, right? Wasn't Air Canada or something that almost landed on a taxiway? Okay, let's see. Lowering the thrust a bit.
Atlantic 4003 winds are 162 at 10 knots. Cleared to land runway 10 right.
Landing 10 right.
Cleared to land runway 10
yeah, I
right.
forgot to say that was established in final, but that's fine.
4003.
I've gotten used to me not doing that. The co-pilot should do that. There should be an option actually for him or she to do that. Okay, we need to add a bit of thrust. Yeah, it's looking fine though. It's being a bit dramatic, I would say. Continue. Yeah. You can see though it's not the nicest looking runway, this is the default one. So that's I guess the negative of having to use this old.
40, 30, 20,
10, come on. Okay, there we go.
Atlantic 4003, contact Dublin ground on 121.8.
Okay, let's add some thrust
Ground
reversers.
on 121.8.
Yeah, buddy.
Atlantic 4003.
That's not too much. We can kind of go down a lot of the runway. The problem is the auto brakes, they always go a bit crazy. Is that a static one or is that a... I think that's actually some nice PBR. Same with that Emirates.
Sharma 66 attacks, please.
262, 626 even, taxi
Fuel
link 2, Foxtrot 1, hold short.
too low level.
Link 2, Fox 1, hold short on link 1, Sharma.
How come? How come we have a low level fuel warning? Funny part is I have no clue how to... Oh, there we go. Shouldn't that be blinking? And why do we have a low fuel?
Ryanair 1 Julius, Delta cross runway 16 Hotel 1, contact 1.
Well, I mean, they are quite low, but oh well. Oh well, oh well. Interesting though, we did have the right fuel levels according to SimBrief. We started with 7,100. Doesn't seem too low, but I guess it's kind of at the... Or now I know the fuel. Maybe that's related to the... Oh, that was a close call. To the reserve fuel, etc. that I put in. Could have been that.
Yeah, 66, that's fine.
We'll close pilot to ADC. No point listening to that. We can start the APU. And we are not really following the taxi lines here. It's a work in progress with this one, but at least I can with confidence say that it is possible to get this nice Dublin airport. You can get it to work in P3D version 5. Don't do what I did though. I came in, I was like, oh, there's no jetways, something's gone wrong here, and started adding jetways, and then I was like, oh, but there's in real life no jetways. Yeah, that was a bit of a mistake. And yeah, here you can see it's not really aligned, so I need to add some of these areas, cover basically these a bit better. So yeah, work in progress, but it's generally at least it's looking okay. It's better than the default airport, in the sense that I can actually imagine flying here. And it doesn't look that much worse than the MK Studios one. That one definitely looks better. But of course, since it's not on sales for some reason, yeah, no clue. They could at least give a warning, like, hey, we're gonna remove it from sale, do you wanna buy it? Please buy it. But some people just do like, or I guess for some reason they just skip that and say, F it. Okay, let's see, let's get on here. We'll just park here at this big jetway. Or the large gate, I'm gonna assume for long-haul aircrafts. Okay, we'll shut down things. And yeah, we arrived on time. Deboarding. We can file the flight report. 71 nautical miles, 71 feet per minute for the touchdown. Pretty good. Nice flight. My standard comment for this airline. Send flight report. Application will now prepare for a new flight. Thank you for that. Now what we can do, since I don't care about seeing anything more from the Duke Air Tool, is close that one. Yes, I'm sure. But I really hate the fact that you have to keep track of the safety announcement stuff yourself. That's the only... If it had that, I would always use Luke Air Tool instead of Paxim, just because it's it works better. Yeah, let's have a look at the landing. I am also gonna have a look at my flight. It's pending approval. Okay, good. So we're just waiting for that. I think the approach was okay. Maybe we came in a bit low. It didn't feel so at the end though. Yeah, beautiful looking aircraft. At least we can see the flaps being down. Let's see if we get any of the other visual stuff. I think I used a bit of left rudders, that was good. Maybe not enough though. Yeah, there we go, we're coming down. We can see the spoilers deploying, but we couldn't see the, yeah, nothing on the thrust reversers. Still pretty good for being P3D. Usually you can't see anything, right? Because the replay function doesn't capture those parameters. So okay. Pretty good overall. Not the best, not the worst. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, please feel free to leave them below as always. Maybe not the most interesting flight, but still nice to get it done. I have to do this once a month with Atlantic Sun. I actually want to do them once a month so I can get closer to 50 hours, because then I can fly some different aircrafts. Not that many though, I think, but a few. Let me actually check. Potentially some of these A320s, A319. But let's see. They're supposedly having textures for the FS Labs one, so let's see. But yeah. Thank you again for watching, and have a good rest of the day, and bye bye.